Hi everyone, welcome to Humble Warrior Yoga. My name is Taylor. Today's class is going to be for the fronts of the legs, so think hip flexors and quads. We're both going to stretch and strengthen this area. Grab two blocks, you will need them at certain points in the class. Before we start, the fun fact today is that there are roughly, on average, 336 dimples on one golf ball. All right, so you can place your blocks towards the top of the mat. We are actually going to start this one laying down on our backs. So go ahead and lay down in a Shavasana position to start. And just take your hands to the fronts of the hips. So just below the hip points, the hip bones, this is called the ASIS, is the acronym. And just begin by sending your awareness to this area. Now we're not going to be here for too long. Take 2 more breaths. Good, and then from here, begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Okay, you're gonna interlace your fingers 2 inches below the knee. Take the right knee a little bit wider to the right, and then draw that knee up towards the shoulder, and we'll just hold here passively for a moment. So creating a compression in the front of the right hip. It might feel a little bit pinchy if you're like me and you don't have great hip compression to begin with. And this, you'll often feel this when you go into a squat position. Your hips feel really pinchy and you just can't relax into the squat. If that's you, then I feel your pain. The squat does not come naturally to me whatsoever. Alrighty, so you're not gonna let go of your leg per se, but just stop drawing it so close to your shoulder so it's a bit more relaxed. Now we're gonna start with a contract relax technique of the hip flexors. So to start, isometrically, so the leg's not really moving too much because your hands are gonna be there, you're gonna drive your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Now you should feel this in the front of the right hip. So go ahead, hands to your right knee, drive your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Hold here for 10, hold here for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, relax the area. Now you're gonna drive your right knee straight up towards the sky. Your hands are going to remain on your knee. So press your knee up into your hands. Again, it's not moving too much, so this creates a little bit of space in the joint. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Now we're gonna do that twice more on this first side. So maybe when you relax, you bring the knee closer to the shoulder, okay? So now you have a different starting point. When you're ready, drive your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Feel that pinching in the front of the right hip. Contract the hip flexor. I kind of like to flex my ankle. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Just relax into it for a moment. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, press your right knee straight up towards the sky into your hands, gapping the joint. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Notice how each round as you relax your knees, able to soften a little bit closer towards that right shoulder. This is what we want. Okay, last time. Drawing the knee up towards the shoulder. Try to make the strongest contraction yet. You're not using the help of your hands at all. They're just kind of resting there. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then relax. And you can use your hands to then pull the knee closer towards your shoulder. Alrighty, last one. Drive the knee straight up towards the sky into your hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Hold here. Notice how much more depth you have now that we've done the contract relax technique. And release. Extending the right leg long. You might feel a little bit of an in the front of the right hip. And you can even palpate the fronts of your hips. You might notice that the right one feels a little bit softer now that we've done the contract and relax. Okay, when you're ready, draw your left knee in towards your chest. We're just gonna hold here passively for the first little bit. And on this side feels to me, in my body, significantly more pinchy, and it's harder to relax into it. So take a few deep breaths. Hopefully by the end of the contract relax, it feels less pinchy. That's the goal. Try and just soften and send your awareness to wherever you're feeling it. Alrighty, so same as side one. Drawing the knee up towards the shoulder, holding, hands gently rest on the leg. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Soften, relax. And then when you're ready, press your knee straight up towards the sky. Press it into your hands now. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, even just doing that one round, I know we have two more, my hip already feels less pinchy and more open. Alrighty, round two. When you're ready, drive the knee up. Ooh, feel that hip compression. Hands just resting on the knee. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a breath. When you're ready, press the knee up towards the sky, into your hands. Hands applying pressure back down towards the knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Okay, last one. Drive the knee up. Try to make it the strongest contraction yet. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. The last one, press the knee up towards your hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Hold here passively. Notice how much more range of motion you have from when you started just holding passively before we did the contract relax technique. Good, and then release. You might feel a little, almost like senile. The hip might feel a little tight and stiff. Go ahead and shake the legs out. Hands underneath the knees. Start to rock and roll in the length of your spine. Really round the spine when you do this. And then come into a table. Hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. When you're ready, do a few cat-cows. Lengthen the spine, flick the tailbone up, opening into the abdomen and a little bit into the hip flexors. And then exhale, round, push the floor away. Once again, lengthen, inhale. And round with your exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Take a seat back onto your heels. Open your knees a little bit wider. I'm going to take the left fingertips wide over to the left. Begin to bridge the hips up, push the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, feel a stretch, probably a little bit more into the right hip flexor, but you might feel it into the left. Lean back. And bring the butt back down, right hand over to the right, bridge the hips up. Left arm goes over and across, stretching into the left hip, maybe a little into the right. Now keep going back and forth, opening up the fronts of the hips. Moving with your breath. One more. Nice. Let it go. Cross at your ankles. Take a seat on your butt. I'll turn to face the camera. So we'll try to do most of the strengthening at the start of class and then most of the passive stuff at the end. So extend your legs out. I know we haven't done a crazy amount into the hamstrings, so maybe just a couple pulsations over the legs. So these hip flexor exercises are great for improving squat mobility. If when you're in the squat, you feel a lot of pinchiness into the hips, that can be one of the hindering factors, as well as ankle mobility. So, okay, next, fingertips are going to come out in front. If this is really difficult, you can do this up against a wall so your back is up against the wall. If you want more of a challenge, you're going to lean more forward. I'm going to go in between because I want to be able to make it through all the exercises. So flex your toes towards your nose. You're going to lift your right leg up and bring it down. Really squeeze the quad. So we're isometrically contracting that quad. Bring it up, down, up, down. Keep going. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Whew, you can Hands on your legs, give them a little shake. I know the hip flexors are working hard. It's gonna feel nice to stretch them after. Okay, no suspense, 10 reps on the other side. 9, flexing the feet, 8, squeezing the fronts of the legs, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let it go. Shake out the legs. You can lean back to give your hip flexors a little bit of a break. I'm going to wiggle the legs side to side. Alrighty, so now we're going to try for the double. I suggest to lean back a little bit. I like to point my toes, squeeze the fronts of the legs. We're doing 10 reps and we'll do them a little bit quicker. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, into the quads. Alrighty, back to a tabletop. I want you to extend the right leg back and the left arm forward. Lengthen, inhale. Knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Squeeze, touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Try and round your lower spine. Drawing your navel up and in. 2 more. Last one, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. You're gonna inhale and lengthen. Bend your right knee, reach back and catch your foot. If this doesn't work, you can grab a strap. Begin to kick your heel away from your bottom. Should feel a nice stretch into the front of the right hip, maybe even into the quad a little bit. And gently let it go. Keep your leg up, but place your left hand down. Step your right foot to your right pinky. Hop your left knee back and grab those 2 handy dandy blocks. Now I would start on the highest setting. I always do. And by doing that, you can gauge where you're at. So if things are feeling tighter today than normal, this is where your starting point is. If you're like, oh, I feel a little bit more open, you can pop down onto your blocks. So leave that up to you. Nice. Begin to push your hips back into a half split, but I want you to have your arms framing the right leg. So straighten the right leg as much as you can. I know we haven't done a ton into the hamstrings. Walk your hands back a little bit. Now we'll do just 5 little hip flexor compressions. So inhale. As you exhale, lift and lower. Inhale, squeeze the quads, lift and lower. One more breath in. Exhale, push, lift and lower. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, lift and lower. Last one, breathe in. Exhale, lift, hold, and let it go. lunge back forward into your right leg. Heel toe that right foot wide to the right. So your arms, once again, are to the inside of the right leg. And you can stay here in lizard, or if you want to add in a quad stretch, you can. So I like to wing that right knee open, and that right arm comes up, over and around to catch the quad. If you can't quite, sorry, not catch the quad, catch the foot. If you can't quite catch your foot, that's okay. Take a strap and lasso that sucker and hold your strap. Maybe it comes over your shoulder, sort of like a backpack. Or you could also use a towel if you can't quite get your foot. And then play with the stretch. If you want to make it more of a twist, you open up. I always opt for making it more of a quad stretch, so pointing your shoulders straight down. And then gently release. Hands come down. And let's press it back into a child's pose for a moment. Knees can be together or apart, whatever you prefer. I like to wiggle into it a bit, forehead to the floor. And notice from all the hip flexor compression work how much less pinchy it feels in the front of the hips. Good, and then ripple on up to a tabletop. Extend the left leg long, reach your right arm forward, try and lift your right thumb up and your left heel up. Lengthen inhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee, round and touch. 4 more. Three more. Last 2. Last one, lengthen inhale. Knee to elbow, elbow to knee, touch. Lengthen inhale. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Catch the inside of the left foot. Start to kick your heel away from your bottom. Kick, kick, kick. Feeling maybe a stretch in the front of the left hip. Using the strength of the quad for 5, 4, opening up the heart, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Right hand comes down, step your left foot to your left pinky finger and grab your 2 blocks. And now finding that perfect Goldilocks position, not too much, not too little, perfect kind of in between stretch. I always like to have the blocks on the highest setting. And keeping my chest more upright, even leaning back a bit. Intensifying the stretch in the front of the right hip. Nice, and then push your hips back, begin to straighten your left leg. Hands now frame the left foot so you can wiggle that left foot more to the middle. And we'll just take a moment in this half split just to open up the hamstrings a little bit. Alrighty, so 5 little hip flexor compressions. This will be the last of the actual physical work we'll be doing. So take an inhale. Exhale, round, lift. Bring it down. 4 more, inhale. Exhale, push into your blocks, around your spine, lift. Let it go, breathe in. Exhale, push, squeeze, lift. Let it go, 2 more. And round and lift. Last one. Round, lift, hold if you can for 3, 2, and 1. Lunge back into the left knee. Walk your hands forward, heel toe that left foot to the outer edge of the mat. So both hands are now to the inside of the left leg once again. Popping down onto your block. You can stay in lizard by all means, or if you want to add the quad stretch, you're going to reach the left arm up to catch the foot. And play with it. If you want to rotate up, you can, or if you point both shoulders down, you'll feel it more in the quads. Keep breathing, doing good. Take 1 more deep breath in. Hold at the top. And then slowly deep breath out. Gently release your foot. Whew. That one is definitely my tighter side. Pressing back to a child's pose and just feeling the fronts of the legs. You can wiggle into it a bit. Hands underneath your shoulders. Pop up to a seat. Move your hips to one side. Swing your legs forward. You can windshield wiper the legs a couple times. I know the hips are going to feel, especially the hip flexors, like they've done quite a bit of work because they have done a lot of work. So we'll end the session with a nice passive hip flexor stretch. So lay on your back. Draw your heels towards your bottom with your knees bent, your feet flat. And option, you either take the block on its second setting or stacking both of the blocks on their lowest setting. So I'm going to choose that variation and then slipping the blocks underneath your sacrum. And find a comfortable spot. So knees are still bent, feet are flat. And once you have it, just pause for a moment, maybe even taking your hands to your hip flexors. Sending that positive energy there. And then from here, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers on your shin. And extend that left leg long. Try and flex through the foot. Nice passive hip flexor stretch. Try to keep the rest of the body heavy. Draw the left knee back in. So knees bent, left foot's flat to the floor. Release your right knee. Place the right foot flat to the floor. Pause for a moment, feeling the difference in your two hips. And then switch, left knee draws in, interlacing on the left shin. Extend the right leg long. Gently flexing your right toes towards your face. This isn't the strongest muscle contraction you've ever done. Just enough to keep the right heel down. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Place the foot back down. Release the left knee. Place that foot back down. Pause in this supported bridge pose with your body relaxed. And then press into your feet and slide the blocks out from underneath you. Slowly curl down. Pause there. From here, draw your knees in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers on your shins and roll it side to side, massaging the lower back. Yeah, hands on your knees. Rock forward and back along the length of the spine. Come up to a seat. Well, thank you so much for practicing with me today and working on your mobility and flexibility in the fronts of the legs. If you liked this video, then go ahead and check out some of my other mobility videos and be sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of your day.